Hi, welcome to Camp Happy Mail. I'm Maureen and I'm happy that you're here today. So today we're going to make a Father's Day card. When I saw this set from Stampin' Up called Gone Fishing and all of the awesome little cute dies that it has with it, I knew that I had to add this to my collection. I've got a couple of people in my family that love to fish, one being my dad, and that's who we're going to make the card for today. My oldest bonus son also loves to fish, and I'm probably going to use this same set to make him a birthday card in June. But for today, we're going to do the Father's Day card. So as I said, we're going to use this set. It's got all kinds of great stamps in it, and then it has coordinating dies, and some of the dies actually cut out things that aren't on here that you can cut out with other kinds of paper, like these. I cut these out of metallic paper so they look like the lures. They're nice and shiny. And then there's hooks in here, if I can get one. There you go. There's tiny little hooks. Here, I'll just show you all the pieces that you can cut out. I think there's one more. And then these. Okay, so we're going to use those. And now I've already pre-stamped the stamps that I want to use because I have to Copic color them. And I did the envelope and I did the inside panel for the card. And then I colored these, or stamped these, and I'm going to color them. And then we'll die cut these. And then I also die cut out the pieces that will be used to make a tackle box, which is what one of the dies is. This die piece here is the back part of the tackle box, and then this is the divider part for the middle. So I did the prep work ahead of time because it took me a good 30-35 minutes or so to do that part, and with having to do the coloring and the assembling, I just decided to do some ahead of time. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color the elements that are on this paper and on the envelope and on the inside panel card. So we'll set this aside for now. Okay, so I've got my colors picked out. I've got some reds, blues, purples, yellow, greens, and some browns. And we're just gonna color these elements. Now I don't know what color in real life these should be, except for I know that the bobbers are red and white. So let's go ahead and start with those. So basically I'm starting with my light color. In this case, it's an R24. And I'm going over the whole area that I want to be red. And although I probably won't use all of these on this card, I am going to color them, and then whichever ones turned out the best are the ones that I'll end up using. And then the next color is the R27. And they have little lines on here, and that's kind of where the shadows are, or where the shading goes. So I just use those as a guideline for where to put my next color. And then the darkest color is the R29. And again, I just go back over those same little lines with the darker color, not completely covering up the middle shade. And I'm going to go back over that with the R27, which is the middle shade, just to extend that shade out a little bit further and help to blend that darker color in. And then I go back over the whole thing with the lightest color, which in this case is an R24. And that just kind of helps to blend it all back out again. And I think I'm going to use some black fine liner. That way my red lines don't look so messy. These almost look like Christmas bulbs. Now we're gonna color the little fly fishing things. And I don't know what color these are supposed to be, so we're just gonna make them whatever color we want them to be. And I think we'll color these in the same colors. But I think I'm just gonna do them in 2 colors instead of 3. We'll do the darkest and lightest. So there's our colored elements. And now we will just quickly color the envelope. To do the envelope, I'm going to put a piece of paper inside of it so that the Copic markers don't bleed through. I'm actually going to put 2 in there just to be on the safe side. I think we'll do this one a little differently. Let's do this one blue. Okay, and that finishes off our coloring. And now we'll start to assemble this, but I need to die cut out all of these pieces, and I will do that and I'll be back. All right, all of our pieces are die cut, so now all we have to do is assemble this card. So the base of the card is going to be brown. And I believe this is probably soft suede, maybe. Gonna score this at 4 1/4. This is a standard A2 size card. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and this is going to be the bottom of the tackle box. So we'll go ahead and glue this down. Okay, and then for these pieces, I want it to be a little bit up higher than just being flat on the bottom of the tackle box. So I'm going to glue 2 of these together. All right, so just to give this a little bit more dimension, I think I'm going to try to put some foam strips behind it. Not sure if it's going to work or not, because the foam strips might be too wide, but we're going to find out. not perfect, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, and then the inside pieces, yeah, we'll go ahead and glue these in. Now, for all the fun little pieces.
At this point in the process of recording this video, I just totally forgot to talk. And so the voiceover for this part is going to sound a little bit differently because I am doing this as an actual voiceover instead of talking along with the video. The first thing I'm going to do is dump out all of the pieces and then sort them out so that I can see what I have to work with. And now I'm simply just going to start the process of putting the pieces into the tackle box, trying to arrange them so that you can see what's in each of the sections, and just figuring out where I want all of the pieces to go. And now that I've got it figured out what sections I want all of my pieces to go in, I'm going to start to glue them in. And some of them I'm going to pop them up to give them a little bit more of a three-dimensional look. And I'm going to use some little foam squares to do that. If you ever decide to make a card where you have a lot of little pieces like this and you have a bunch of them left over from one card, just put them into an envelope and save them for the next time that you use that set, and that'll save you some time towards making the next card with them. So after looking at this card, I decided that the pieces that I colored needed just a little bit something extra. With the other pieces being cut out of metallic paper, they had a nice shine to them. And I thought that the pieces that I colored with the Copic Markers just seemed a little bit dull in comparison. So I pulled out my Wink Estella pen, and I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer and sparkle to them. There, I like that a lot better with the extra sparkle on the pieces that were colored with the Copic markers. And now this is about when I realized that I had stamped that inside panel the wrong direction. This card is a landscape card, not a portrait card, and the card that I made for the inside was done portrait style. So that means I have to redo that inside centerpiece.
All right, so we're going to restamp the inside panel so that I can recolor it since I did it the wrong direction. That's okay, I'll save that panel for another card.
And the last thing we have to do is just glue this panel on the inside of the card, and then we are almost done. The last thing that I like to do with my cards is to stamp the back of them with a custom stamp. I have a couple of different stamps that I use. This one that I'm going to use today just has a butterfly with my first name because it's going to my dad. It can just have my first name. If this card was going elsewhere or to somebody that I didn't know, then I might use the stamp that I have that has both my first and my last name on it. My custom stamps, I get them from a company called Magnuson Custom Stamps. I'll put a link to them in my description. They're really, really good at making custom stamps. They do have a bunch that you can choose from that are already pre-made, and all you have to do is tell them what information you want added to it. Or if you already have your own design, you can upload that to them and they can make it into a stamp for you.
And that's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing this one being made, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.